Hey guys, happy Halloween. So today I'm going to be showcasing you some games for Halloween. Now, it doesn't have to be limited to just the horror genre. It's just games that are dark in nature or can be scary at times. So, first off, we're going to kick off with Twisted Metal Black. Now, this is my favorite Twisted Metal game to play. Like, oh my goodness, it's also the most darkest Twisted Metal game ever. Like, yeah, Twisted Metal, the Twisted Metal reboot that came out in 2012, it had its moments, but this game is just dark, man. Like, oh man, all the character stories are like just they're either revenge driven or just some wish that they want to accomplish. Calypso, what he does is he visits the contestants of the Twisted Metal competition in an asylum, and if they accept his challenge, then they have to participate in the Twisted Metal competition. And if they win, their wish gets granted. It's pretty simple, if you ask me. However, Calypso also has a mind of his own. What he'll do, there are times where he'll grant the user's wish, and with some sort of twisted sense of irony, like a play on words or something, and not give what they were wishing for, making it some kind of sick and twisted joke. However, as a rule, as of the Twisted Metal competition, he has to grant them their wish, no matter what it is, whether it be wanting him dead or if they want the Twisted Metal competition to stop, such as the case of Outlaw. I forgot the names of those two officers, but yeah. All in all, Twisted Metal Black is a great game. You guys have to play it. Pretty good vehicular combat game. So recommend you get Twisted Metal Black. Now next is Dead Space 2. Now this game is my favorite Dead Space game, mainly because of all the how they improved some mechanics, and they also, it is scary. It's just that it's not as scary as the first one. Dead Space 3, on the other hand, is just an action game. We're gonna save that for another time, though. Anyways, Dead Space 2 is a survival horror game, and it takes place after the events of the first Dead Space, with Isaac Clarke, who can now speak for some odd reason, because he was a silent protagonist in the first game. I think it had to do with something with the marker or something. I forgot, honestly. But all in all, it's a good game, and I really don't know why Dead Space needs an online mode. I mean, like, it is a horror game, but why does it need an online mode? Oh, whatever. I'll just forgive that. It also does have survival horror mechanics, such as limited ammo and stuff. What else does it have? What was it? Oh yeah, it also has some poor, well, not poor lighting, but just but the game, half the game is like dark. There are some light sections of the game, but they're only few and, well, not few and far between. But even if there is a light section in the game, it lasts for like maybe a couple minutes at best, and then you're back into the darkness. And my God, these necromorphs, man, they are messed up. Like, I swear, I walked over a dead body of what I thought was supposed to be like just background, only for it to spring to life and assault me. And my goodness, that this game keeps you on edge. I actually got to hear about Dead Space. No, yeah, I got to hear about Dead Space 1 back in like 2000. What was it? I think it was 2000. Yeah, it was 2007 when they were showcasing it on E3, and it was also showcased on G4 back before the channel got retired in like a few years ago. So all in all, played Dead Space 1 and 2. Avoid Dead Space 3 at all costs, okay? Like, it's just a full-blown action game. I don't know why they even considered it a sequel. Like, it could have been something like, it could have been just a whole different franchise, okay? At best. Next, we have Demon Souls. This game, so Demon Souls is what basically spawned the Dark Souls franchise. And without this game, we wouldn't have the Dark Souls we love. Dark Souls 2, I don't know how to feel about it. I have a love-hate relationship with Dark Souls 2. It's still a good game though. But we're going to be talking about Demon Souls. So Demon Souls came out in 2009 from the software developer, not software developer, from the game developer, oh god, I forgot the name for a second, from the game developer FromSoft. And it was also published by Atlus of all companies too. Here you go. Yeah, it was published by Atlus, one of my favorite game developers of all time. I mean, like, they developed the Shin Megami Tensei games and many other underrated RPGs that you should look into. That's why I love Atlus. But I'm glad that Atlas added Demon Souls to their library because this game is challenging. So what's there? So you're probably wondering why Demon Souls for Halloween? Well, it does have dark themes, yes, but it's also a difficult. It's also a difficult game that challenges you like in every aspect. It challenges your challenges the basis of trial and error. It challenges your problem solving skills. It's so many things. That's why I fell in love with Demon Souls. As a matter of fact, Demon Souls was the first. Oh god, Demon Souls was the first Soul game I played. I was actually, but it was back in 2011. I actually rented. I mean, I was about to rent Dark Souls. However, someone else rented the game. This was Blockbuster I'm talking about. So I was about to rent Dark Souls from Blockbuster that night. However, they didn't have it. But the guy did say they had Demon Souls to rent. So I rented that. I also rented Uncharted 3. What was it? Oh yeah, and Battlefield 3. Both good games, by the way. You guys have to play those two. But Demon Souls also has its own PvP mode. And fun fact, it was actually about to get shut down just a few years ago. But for something happened, I don't know what happened, but the servers are still up. So play the game online while you can before the servers go down sometime sooner or later in the future. I don't know, because nothing lasts forever. But yeah, Demon Souls, all in all, a good game. Give it a try if you're a fan of the Dark Souls game and you want to experience something new. Oh. What else do we have here? Next are two first-person shooters: Resistance 1, Fall of Man, and Resistance 2. I actually got to play Resistance 2 back in 2008 at a friend's house. Pretty fun game, but I'm going to be talking about them both. So Resistance is a game where Resistance is about this alien invasion that takes place during World War II, and you play as a soldier trying to stop the whole thing because now focus shift from like the actual war all the way to fighting the aliens that are trying to destroy Earth. It's a pretty fun game. The creatures in the game are somewhat terrifying, and let me tell you, they play no games too. And the online mode back in the days of Resistance, having 40 players in one server in an online game was a godsend on the seventh generation of consoles. I mean, like, it comes as no surprise that you can have like 30 or 60 or even 200 players on one server. Well, 200 players on an MMO is no surprise, but still, these games are good. Now the creatures are pretty awesome. The shooting is good, and I also got the part that I played when I was at my friend's house back in was on Resistance 2. What happened was that there was this huge kraken, and we had to go do all this stuff. Well, not all this stuff to kill it, but we just basically had to avoid its attacks and all that stuff. And he let me play the game after the boss fight. It was a pretty awesome ordeal. The shooting was great. The story could use some work, but still, all in all, try out Resistance if you want to try out. Yeah, if you're into sci-fi, try out Resistance. Try out any of the Resistance games. I wish I had Resistance 3 with me, but yeah, sorry. Okay, next is a game my stepbrother and I like to play together randomly. Resident Evil 5. Now, it's not much of a survival horror game. Like, yeah, it does have some aspects of survival horror, like limited ammo. Well, you can just get a whole military surplus of ammo if you saved up enough gold. So maybe it's not a survival horror mechanic. It's not really as scary as previous Resident Evil games, but I do like the co-op feature. I'll give it that. My stepbrother and I, we like to you should see the amount of sheer teamwork that goes into playing this game. From trying to balance out items like ammo, guns. What else was it? Ammos, guns. Oh yeah. We're also trying to balance out how much money to save and all that stuff. Which type of ammo to get. And during the game, we also make sure we also have each other's back too, especially during boss fights, which can turn desperate. My stepbrother and I, we never really completed the game. We got stuck on the fight with Wesker when he turns into that huge monster. He did beat the game with one of his friends, but we haven't beaten this yet, and that's going to be one of our goals. We just don't feel like playing it now. I did play this game. I did play a few minutes of this game last night. I replayed through chapter 1 through chapter 3. Pretty awesome. especially like when Chris arrives in Africa, then he finds Sheva, then the villagers all turn crazy and all that stuff and try to ravage him. I also got to play the demo back in the day too, which was really awesome. I got to play it back on Xbox Live when they had the demo showcased and all that stuff. All in all, it's a fine Resident Evil game. It's just that Resident Evil 4 is better. I wonder what Resident Evil 4 would have been like if it had co-op. I mean, like playing as Ashley. I mean, like Ashley. Oh my God, man. Oh, don't even get me started on her. Oh man. Hearing the words "Leon, help" was like, oh man, those words have been engraved in the back of my mind. Like just thinking about Resident Evil, one of the first few things that comes up is Ashley. Like, oh my goodness. And the amount of time she's gotten kidnapped. Oh man. I remember one time I was playing Resident Evil 4, Ashley got kidnapped, so I had to like try to barge my way through some zombies, and what happened was this chainsaw guy, as me and my friends like to call him, he came in and cut Leon's head off, and I died. So not only was I mad that Ashley got kidnapped and I had to run after her, but I was also mad that I got one-shotted by the dude with the chainsaw, and he's someone that you want to avoid. I mean, like my friends and I have like made it clear that you want to stay away from him at all costs. Next is a somewhat recent game. It came out 3 years ago. The Last of Us. Now, The Last of Us is about it's the typical zombie apocalypse thing where something goes wrong. The virus gets spread around. Things are going crazy. However, I will give it this: it shows the human side of things in this game very well, kind of like how The Walking Dead does. It just like it deals with the human side of things very well, especially all the characters and stuff. So it's more than just about shooting zombies. It shows how the humans are like tearing each other apart, and how the relationships between Joel and Ellie and Tess. Oh my goodness, that was a good game, and all the other characters are amazing. The writing is just simply awesome. Now, as for the gameplay, it is awesome, man. You have to play The Last of Us. It's a third-person shooter. It's also somewhat, I guess you could say, cover-based. Not only that, but it mixes in a few of my favorite genres of video games: survival horror, third-person shooter action, and stealth. Because you guys know I am a sucker for stealth games. Whether it be Dishonored, the first 2 Thief games, or Metal Gear. Any stealth game will do it for me, well, depending on how good it is. I'm also still holding out for Dishonored 2, which is coming out sometime soon. So, all in all, play The Last of... okay, then. Play The Last of Us. Now, great. I'm doing bad already. So, here are the next batch of games, and I guess you guys might, I guess you could say you could cop me out on this one, but here we go. And let me get the cartridge too. So yeah, the Devil Survivor games. Oh great, but yeah, the Devil Survivor games. This is Devil Survivor Overclocked. It's a remake of Devil Survivor Overclocked is a remake of the first Devil Survivor game, which came out on the DS console back in 2009. Devil Survivor the first Devil Survivor game is about where Japan is in lockdown, and you have 7 days before something big is going to happen. I'm not really going to spoil it for you guys. It's best if you read about it, or play the game yourself on emulators, because there are DS emulators that can run Devil Survivor pretty well. But this is a remake of the first Devil Survivor. Believe it or not, it actually has an 8th chapter, which is what I really love about these remakes. I love how they add more stuff into it than just redo all the graphics and stuff. You know, improve some. Well, I do love when they improve some stuff here and there, but I'm glad that they made an 8th chapter after the 7th day. Devil Survivor 2. Let me put this here. Devil Survivor 2 and Devil Survivor 2 Record Breaker. Those are fine games. I love them very much. It has to be, I guess you could say it's my favorite Devil Survivor game. Mainly because all the characters and stuff, and it improved upon Devil Survivor 1. The story is somewhat similar to the first Devil Survivor game. It does take place over the span of 7 days, and the remake Devil Survivor Record Breaker, it also has a whole new story that takes place after the events of Devil Survivor 2. I'm not really going to tell you guys anything about anything about the new story. It's best if you experience it on your own. If you want to experience the story, you have to get Devil Survivor Record Breaker on the 3DS. So sorry about that. What else do I have to say about it? It is also one of my mix of two of my favorite RPG genres, the turn-based tactical. I mean, yeah, the turn-based genre, and the tactical RPG genre. I really love, as you guys know, I really love the tactical RPG genre. Like, I do love Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy Tactics on both the PlayStation 1 and the Game Boy Advance. There are other tactical RPGs I love, such as... Oh yeah, you guys have to play Pokemon Conquest on the DS. That game is awesome. Um, both Devil Survivor games blend together the tactical RPG genre and the turn-based RPG genre. So it's a really good two-in-one deal if you play the game yourself. So all in all, it's a good game, and Atlus, please work on Devil Survivor 3. Okay, that would be a godsend. Devil Survivor 3, make it happen. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, rate, comment, and make sure to comment what some perfect games for Halloween would be. I'd like to know. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video.